Welcome, guys. Welcome to EM Sports. Welcome for the weekend review for the matches, EPL matches, and if you have something to talk about Chelsea at the end, but we have been talking about Chelsea for a while now. But that's our work as online football YouTubers and also football analysts online. Okay, we start with the match week 32. Yeah, because there are remaining six matches now. So match week 32 started off on Friday. That was West Ham versus Wolves. West Ham winning 4-0 against Wolves. Then on Saturday, the big one, Arsenal losing at home to FC Bournemouth 1-2 or 2-1 to FC Bournemouth. And then at 6 p.m. we had Everton versus Brentford 1-1. And then we had another match. That was Everton versus Brentford. And then we had uh, let me just confirm here on Saturday. On Saturday, we had two matches at 6 p.m. And then we also had Liverpool playing Fulham. Liverpool won 2-0 against Fulham at Anfield. And then on Sunday, we had two matches, almost also three matches. Just a minute to get my facts right. Yeah. So on Saturday, it was Brentford versus Everton 2-2. It was a draw 2-2. And then we had Burnley versus Brighton, Burnley winning 2-0. Liverpool versus Fulham, Liverpool winning 2-0. And then on Sunday, we had Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. Crystal Palace beat Newcastle 2-1. And then Nottingham Forest versus Villa 1-1. That was a big blow for Villa in terms of Champions League qualification. But don't worry, I think Villa has two routes to Champions League qualification. And then Dizabi started at his tenure at Tottenham, losing 1-0. So Tottenham are comfortably in the relegation zone. That is Sunderland 1, Tottenham nil, and then Chelsea nil, Man City 3. That was kind of expected. Yeah, it was only that I said during the week that it was just about damage control, but not about Chelsea winning. The Chelsea we know right now cannot win. Remember, there's a late kickoff today. The last match of the match week today, that is Manchester United versus Leeds. Remember to catch it live here on EM Sports. Watch along. We'll be bringing you that match. So this is my thought. West Ham versus Wolves. West Ham, right now, the teams that want to get relegated or playing in the relegation zone, it's very difficult when you meet them, especially better meet Man City or the club like Arsenal at the moment, but don't meet those teams. Those teams are playing for their lives. They are playing to survive in the league. So especially team that plays at home, whenever they meet themselves, team that are playing at home, they take advantage. So that is West Ham. Then on Sunday, Arsenal, this was a very, very, very big blow for them. I think the moment we move on, Arsenal start showing a lot of inconsistency, a lot of not like a lot of what I can say is Arsenal at the moment. My opinion, what I have witnessed is Arsenal, they lack experience. They are just suffering from inexperience. You look at their squad all over around the whole squad, starting with the manager, it is an inexperience that is killing Arsenal. Because even on the stream, I was saying, Mikel Arteta started shouting, jumping up and down, minute zero up to 94th, just crying, doing what? That is a sign of panic. You can look at like for Pep Guardiola, like maybe the experience difference between the two managers. When he was playing the first half against Chelsea, they didn't play well at the first half. Yeah, but they didn't play well. But Guardiola was not panicking. He just knew control the game. He just kept their players to keep calm and play the way they wanted. Then he went to second half, talked to them, and they just changed the. Yeah, and that was Man City. So that is the experience we talk about. But you look at Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta is there shouting with the players, doing what? Yeah, doing what? Shouting with the players from minute zero to whichever minute is there, just shouting, doing what? That is not experience. Calm down. The game has just started. Why do you have to shout from minute zero to minute 90? Or just keeping players under pressure, and you know that team doesn't have anyone who has won something serious. Maybe let's talk maybe about Madueke, who has won Madueke. Okay, Havertz won the Champions League with Chelsea. Madueke, maybe we say he won Club World Cup with Chelsea, but other players haven't won something serious in their lives or in their careers. So
Why do you keep on giving them pressure? Let them play the way Arsenal just used to play with a free mind. So that is the problem. I think it is affecting Mikel Arteta, and it will be very, very difficult. Okay, they still have hopes for the title. I can't say that they hold an advantage, but the way things are, maybe the goal difference will separate this title. But I don't think so. Arsenal, the way they are moving, I think they will drop 1 or 2 points. Of course, against Man City, that is the final next weekend. They meet Manchester City at Etihad on Sunday. That is the final of the Premier League. We have never said this, but if Man City wins that now, okay, mathematically it's not over for Arsenal, but psychologically it will damage them. Of course, the Carabao Cup damaged them, maybe 60%. But if they lose to Man City, it will increase to 80% damage. But they still have chance. They still have hope because also they have a superior goal difference. But they are not scoring. Also, Man City scored 3 yesterday. That is +3. So they are narrowing that gap in terms of goal difference. So Arsenal, that was a shock of the weekend, but am I surprised? Not really. In the EPL, anything can happen. Everton Brentford served as a very good game, 2-2 at the end of the day. Yeah, it was a very, very nice game, balanced game. That is typical English football. So they had 2-2. Those teams are all already safe. They are mid-table teams, so they are safe. They are not in the threat of getting relegated. Maybe only thing is that to push a bit higher because Brentford, if they win their next game, they are above Chelsea. So maybe to try and push for the European spots. That is the Europa League, Conference League. I don't think they will get Champions League, but the Europa League and Conference League. For teams like Brentford, teams like Everton to achieve that will be very massive for them. Then another game was between Brighton and Burnley. Brighton winning 2-0. Yeah, Brighton are a decent side, but inconsistent. But that's what you get with the young squad. They have a very, very young team. So that is what you get with the young squad, inconsistency in terms of today we play well, tomorrow. So that is the story of Brighton so far. But they have a lot of young players, and we know the model of Brighton is just to get these young players, improve them, and then maybe their values goes up, and then they sell them, make insane profits. That is the model of Brighton. Unfortunately, that is the route also Chelsea have taken, but it is crumbling and crashing down very quickly. Okay. So that was Brighton. Late kickoff was Liverpool versus Fulham. Liverpool winning that game 2-0. Okay. It was a very good boost for Arne Slot because of him inconsistency. He has ahead. He plays one game better, another game he plays rubbish. So that is the story also for Liverpool this season. So they won 2-0 versus Fulham. So a good result for them. That makes them very tight in the top four. I think at least they are cementing that place in the top four. I think they are fifth now, behind Villa. The way Villa are moving, Villa, I think if they lose even the table position, they still have a route in the Europa League. But Liverpool, they still have the second leg to come at Anfield on Tuesday versus PSG in the Champions League. We'll be here live on EM Sports to bring you that match so that we can see if Liverpool can. Yeah, they have a chance. I think maybe I can give them a 40% chance, but 60% chance to PSG. Then another game on Sunday, we had Tottenham. I talk about Tottenham versus Sunderland. Disabi. I didn't watch the game really like. I didn't concentrate, but I watched a bit parts of it. I think Disabi will take time with this Tottenham side. Yeah, Disabi will take a lot of time with this the Tottenham side. Did they get a red card? No, they played 11. So so I think Disabi needs also time. If he's not careful, he will get relegated with this Tottenham side. But I think they are too good to be relegated, man. But let's see what the 6 games remaining will hold. So that is Disabi and Tottenham. And then Chelsea Man City, as I conclude this review. I think it was expected. Anyone who says the results, maybe for me, I could have been a bit surprised with the other result, maybe a draw or maybe Chelsea winning. That is a surprise. But it was expected from the word go, and it is expected from now until the end of the season because I don't see any. any easy game for Chelsea from now until the end of the season, considering the mood around the club at the moment. Remember, on Saturday there is a protest that is planned in London before the Manchester United game, and remember, it will be a protest whereby two clubs are combining to protest against the same owner. That is, Strasbourg fans will be flying into London to protest against this Bluco ownership. The Bluco ownership has been a joke, it has been a mediocrity. You look at that team and you think it is 1.5 billion spent on that kind of crap. That was crap. But we have been talking this before. Chelsea has been, this was the story of the Charles. Maybe we say that. Yeah, we are just mediocre, left, right, center. From the top, we are mediocre. From the top, from manager, the manager even is irrelevant to these stories. You can see this guy cannot take us anywhere. He cannot. He cannot. And anyone who convinced these owners that Rosinia is the right man, that guy is very sicky upstairs, or he doesn't know anything about football. But that's the decisions that they are making of late at Chelsea, and Chelsea is slowly turning into Tottenham Hotspurs. And if we remove the points that Maresca left with us, I think before we sacked Maresca, we had around 40 points. At the moment, we are 48 since Maresca left in January. We only have 8 points. Surely that is a relegation team. Even Wolves, I think, in this academic calendar year, Wolves has better points than us. Yeah, because we have just been doing nonsense, nothing, just losing left, right, center. We only beat teams like Port Vale in the League Two. That was crap, man. Crap, 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 crap. Left, right, center. That's crap. You can't be moving like that if you are a proper football team. Manchester City, okay, first half they didn't play that well, but second half they came and then they switched the game. And Chelsea were just doing stars and just seeing stars, nothing else. They were just even I don't even remember us even attacking in the second half. Did we attack even? They was just only ahead of Kukorea when the damage was already done. But that's how the things are. So I think Man City have positioned themselves to put Arsenal on under pressure. So they will be that win will lift them. But for me, I said Man City winning the Carabao Cup was massive in terms of giving them boost. And you can see since Carabao Cup final against Arsenal, they keep on playing well. Also, in the final, first half they didn't play well, similar to the match yesterday versus Chelsea. They didn't play well, but at the end of the day, they turned on in the second half. The same thing they did yesterday. So for me, for Chelsea fans, wherever you are, let's just unite. Hope that these guys can sell the club and leave. That is the only thing. Because even if they sack Rosinia today, they will still bring that Strasbourg guy. The name is he's called Gary O'Neill or something. Yeah, they will just bring that crap again. So it is the same. Even if we say let them sack the sporting directors, let them change the model. Let's go for experience. That one we are just wasting time. Bluco out. That is the message out here. On Saturday, those people who can be in the stadium, who will be in London, kindly represent us well. We will be here online. We will be trying to put as much pressure as we can on them. We will just say whatever you want, just say Bluco out. Yeah, that will be important. These guys need to sell this club and leave. That is the most important thing, because if they are not selling this club, you can believe this. We are going to fight for relegation next season. That is just definitely, because right now we don't have even money to spend. We will go and spend, and there are players who just will get them from Strasbourg. The Megas, there's Baco or something. Those are the players we are going to bring in, and we are going to sell most of our stars, because Cole Palmer will not sit around for this crap, this nonsense. He will be looking to leave. Maybe Caicedo can sit next season, but he has also decreased in so many things, making errors here and there for so long, many things. Enzo definitely will be leaving either Real Madrid or PSG. Will be leaving. So that is the things that for Chelsea it is just holy crap. Everything is crap. We are now next. We meet Manchester United on Saturday. For personal reason, let us just win that game. But as more as we are moving, we are crap. Manchester United even will beat us at home. The way we are playing, we just don't know what even we are doing. The manager doesn't know what he is doing. Yeah, those are things that we are playing like a small club, a club that doesn't understand whatever they are saying or whatever they are doing. So that's my preview and that's my thoughts on the weekend matches. Remember, today we bring you live on EM Sports. We bring you Manchester United versus Leeds. Remember, tomorrow also we bring you Liverpool versus PSG Champions League second leg. And then on Wednesday we bring you Arsenal versus Sporting Lisbon Champions League second leg. Who will make the semi-finals? We are yet to see that. We will confirm on EM Sports. Kindly subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.